Yo guys, what's going on? It's FusionBlitzx here bringing you another gameplay commentary. So yeah, this video is not going to be as upbeat as usual because some shit has happened, okay? Some guys, we had a Paris shooting, you know, everybody knows about it. Some cartoonists drew pictures of Muhammad and guys got pissed and went boom. And people are now dead, so I really don't want to talk too enthusiastically about these sort of things, but what I do want to talk about is, you know, I want to tackle this whole religion thing and this Islamophobia, because to me, it really doesn't make sense. Now, first of all, I want to say that whatever these extremists think that they're doing, it's wrong. It's just outright wrong. What they think they're doing right, it's not. It's just wrong. So don't attack me saying that I'm defending these people. But I just want to say that most of the time, it's not these Muslims' fault that they're extreme. The problem is that religion nowadays, it's hereditary. Whatever you're taught at birth, that's how it goes. You're not really going to question it. Only very few kids actually question it. I myself questioned, you know, a lot of things as a kid that I was taught. I just questioned a lot of things, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to learn myself the truth, and then I'm going to make my decision. So currently, I'm effectively an agnostic. I'm going to be learning Arabic so I can actually read the Quran. I've already read the Bible. I've dismissed that. Read the Torah, dismissed that. I've read a couple of other scriptures, but I've already dismissed them. So now I'll move on to the Quran, but I have to learn Arabic to do that. But anyway, the problem is a lot of these kids, they're taught these extremist views as a kid. And that makes sense because the Middle East is a pretty corrupt place, and that's their fault, but it's in a corrupt place. If you've ever grown up in a corrupt place, you know that it's kind of difficult to fight the things that you've been taught. You just go with it, otherwise you wind up dead, and nobody wants to wind up dead. So these kids, they're being taught all these extremist views, and barely any of them actually grow up to question these extremist views. They just believe whatever they're being told is the truth. And they believe that if anybody opposes Islam, they should be killed. Now, if they actually read the Quran, which they should, but they never do, they would see that killing one human is like killing all of humanity, and so they shouldn't be doing that. But the problem is, they don't know that. So the amount of true Muslims out there is nowhere near 1.6 billion people. It's a much less, just because you don't become a Muslim just by being born into a Muslim family. You choose to be a Muslim. Now, how many people actually chose to be Muslim? I can't say, but it's definitely not as close to, 1.6 billion. That's quite a lot of people that chose. It's, it was, before it was spread by word, Islam, that's how it spread, but now it's spread through, families, it's hereditary. So, attacking Islam for being a religion of violence, that's not going to change anything. That's just going to make extremists even more angry. You're going to have more attacks. Yeah, and it's going to get publicized even more. But the bigger issue here is that in the Western world, your casualties are nothing compared to those in the Middle East. More Muslims die from terrorist attacks than Westerners do. Yet when one Westerner dies, the whole country freaking flips their shit. And you're right, you guys do have a reason to flip their shit, but you have to take things into perspective. More Muslims die from terrorist attacks than Westerners do. So it is a problem. We need to tackle the extremists, we need to tackle the extremist views, and we need to prevent children from being taught the wrong thing from birth. Children should be free to choose their own path in life. It shouldn't be forced down their throats. But unfortunately, in these Middle Eastern countries, that's what's happening. But invading them, it's not going to fix anything. But I do want to say sorry to all the families and, the people that have died. It's really unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not defending the extremists, the terrorists whatsoever. It's completely wrong. And if they knew what they were doing, if I told them that they weren't being Muslims, they'd be pretty heartbroken. But what they're doing, it's not an Islamic thing to do. They're doing wrong. They've been taught the wrong things. They might think what they're doing is right, but if they knew the truth, I'm pretty sure they would be sorry. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about, just discuss these things. Don't want to go too in depth about it, but if you guys, want to have a civil conversation with me about it, feel free to do so. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary or whatever. As always, thanks for watching. Peace out.